Good morning from the office. North Georgia, FYNTV.com. That's what you got down in the corner there, a nice new little logo, FYNTV.com, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm your host, BKP. We've got a lot to go over. It is Wednesday last night. We had our football show at 7 o'clock over at Circuit World with head coach Jason Galt with the Gilmer Bobcats. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll have, is my volume on? Just got to double check here. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll have Rebel Wrap-Up with Coach Pavo, fanning Rebels and players up at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. So go to FYNTV.com and watch that tonight. A couple quick things before we get our day started. The chimpanzees, Hercules and Leo, right? That's Hercules and Leo, and a total of 200 chimpanzees in all got the green light last night from Fannin County Commissioners on their exotic animal permit. That is Project Chimp up in Fannin County. So, check out the retirees. They will not be heading down to downtown Blue Ridge. You won't see them at the shops, but they'll be out there off of Loving Road. I think it's My Mountain out there, somewhere out there. Mountaintops somewhere. Anyhow, 200 chimpanzees received the green light last night. There'll be a total from Fannin County Commissioners. So Hercules and Leo, just look them up on the internet. Just Google Hercules and Leo. Google still works for Hercules and Leo. I know what's going around and being said about Google and the Hillary Clinton campaign, or trying to help Hillary Clinton, but all right, so that's our top stories. Chimpanzees in Fannin County. Wow. What has this show been reduced to? Right, Lonnie? Mm-hmm. They're not monkeys, Lonnie. Oh. They're not monkeys. Why are they not monkeys, Lonnie?
Because there's a difference?
Yes, there's a difference. Monkeys have tails.
Oh. Well, I want a tail.
Monkeys have tails. All right, folks. Yes, all over the place there's news this morning, and the AP is the big news is the Clinton cash continues. All right, this continues from the AP. Got to turn my volume off here. I'm not get these stories up. There we go. Maybe I got the volume off that thing now. The AP this morning, Clinton, what is it? The odds are 58. At least 85 of 154 people from private interest who met or had phone conversations scheduled with Clinton while she was Secretary of State donated to her family charity or pledged commitments to its international programs. I think I will have to leave that to George to tell you all morning long that she needs to be in jail. Lock her up, right? We have talked about this over and over. The Constitution was to protect us from this, protect us. We do not want a king. We do not want a queen, and try to protect us from this. At least 85 of the 154 people from private interest who met and had phone conversations scheduled with the Clintons while she was led the Secretary of State Department, donated to her family charity, or pledged commitments to its international programs, according to a review of the State Department's calendar. Remember a couple months ago, we talked about that they sued and they got access to her calendar. Her calendar's released. So far, the Associated Press combined, the 85 donors contributed. Listen to this. The 85 donors contributed as much as $156 million. At least 40 donated more than $100,000 each, and 20 gave more than $1 million. Okay. Donors were granted time with Clinton, including an internationally known economist who asked her for help as the Bangladesh government pressured him to resign from a nonprofit bank he ran. Wall Street executives who sought Clinton's help with a visa problem, the Estee Lauder executives who were listed as meeting with Clinton while her department worked on her firm's corporate charity to counter gender-biased violence in South Africa. Yesterday, you heard a lot of people say that the phone conversations that Cheryl Mills had, it was going on daily, nonstop. This was nonstop, okay? We have Cheryl Mills' phone records. It never stopped. Her voicemails, it never stopped. We have Hillary Clinton. She had the State Department staff working out her foundation's schedule through phone records, emails, and now we find through her personal calendar that she kept. It never stopped. Now yesterday, several said if they could find, if they could find where this influenced policy, this was their last saving attempt, that, you know what, it's not uncommon for people to want to get the ear of the Secretary of State on international issues. And you're hearing on a daily basis now from the media all the great things the foundation does. All the great things. The foundation. Now, I challenge you to Google the earthquake in Haiti. And I challenge you to think about how fast and how quick Bill Clinton got a commercial on TV during the disaster asking for help for the people of Haiti. How quick? Okay? Now, I ask you to take the time and see how many presidential candidates have suspended their campaigns for a day due to a death, just to recognize and show respect, due to a tragedy, due to economic disaster. The list goes on. I challenge you to look at how many people suspended their campaigns momentarily or changed the direction of their campaign, but not Hillary Clinton. Because frankly, Hillary doesn't give a damn. I'm just telling you. And that will lead me into Georgia. My dear friends, Hillary Clinton doesn't give a damn. And that's a fact. Okay? Barack Obama playing golf. Now, you're not going to like this. And you're not going to like it, so brace yourself. They are telling you the reason the president did not get to Louisiana yesterday is because top officials in FEMA wanted to give him the all clear. Okay? All clear. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to give Obama the all clear. Now, the media is talking about him being up there playing golf. I am not taking up for this guy at all. I'm going somewhere with this, okay? Now, Donald Trump suspends his campaign. Now, people say, really? Look at all the pictures. He can't help the press follows him everywhere. Look at what he did. Look, he suspended his campaign. He got Trump, Mike Pence on the plane. He's in Louisiana, right? He's in Louisiana. He's handing out stuff. He's boxes of stuff off the truck. He's meeting with people. He's putting his arm around people and saying, I care about you. All right? He's standing there with Franklin Graham. Let me tell you something. Franklin Graham's not going to be used for no photo op. And he gives the church he's at a $100,000 donation. All right? Suspends his campaign. Now, Obama, they say, FEMA said they were making sure they gave him an all clear. He is the President of the United States. You don't even like to hear that, okay? President of the United States, they were giving him an all clear. I have not seen reports saying FEMA's not handled things well. I don't know about that. We're not seeing those kind of reports. So his claim is he was waiting for the all clear signal to go in. All right? So we'll say Obama went yesterday waiting for the all clear. Played golf, said, look, I'll play golf. We'll get the all clear. Hillary don't give a damn. No, that's a fact. They do not care. Who are they trying to sell as they go on TV? MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, all these people, CNN, all these everybody on the media. Who are they trying to sell when they tell you? They're telling you now all the great things the foundation does. They dug up James Carville. Fox dug up James Carville. The Clintons didn't take a penny. I'm telling you, they did not take a red cent. They didn't take a penny out of that foundation. That does great work all around the world. James Carville, they dug him up, okay? Did not take one red cent. I'm telling you, they didn't take a penny. Not a penny did they take. All right? They're telling you all the great work the foundation does. How it has brought down cost of certain medications around the world that's needed to fight this disease. I mean, it is an awesome, what great work the foundation, I mean, they're scurrying to put out all this great work the foundation does. But Hillary Clinton don't give a damn, okay? Just flat out. Now she's up there in Nantucket, she's jumping across the pond in a jet, a Lear jet right across the pond there, 20 miles. She gets out. She's smooching with the Rothschilds. Smooching. Oh, love. Oh, love. They're saying love all night long. It's good to see you, darling. Darling. Love. Darling. Darling. Okay? All night long. They're smooching up, you know, over to the Rothschilds. Okay? Then she gets with Cher. I mean, the list goes on. Louisiana, she don't give a damn. America, she don't give a damn about you. You know what? She don't give a damn. So then she heads out. Where she heads out to? All right? She heads out to Hollywood. And she goes on there, and she, while you are delivering pickles, she's trying to open a jar. Okay? I'm serious. They're delivering pickles, cans, jars of pickles, jars of cans of corn, you name it down there in Louisiana, trying to get the people food, clean the trash up out of those houses that are flooded out. Hillary don't give a damn, man. She's on what's his name's show out there, Jimmy Kimmel, and she opening a jar of pickles. You know, she should have opened it and said, "This is for the poor people." What was her name? Lonnie Marie Antoinette? Was that the name?
Let them eat cake.
Huh?
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake, right?
Yes,
let them eat cake, right, Lonnie? She opened it and let the peasants eat the cake. I'll have the pickles. And I can open the damn jar. Oh, by the way, I told you she don't give a damn. I got to quit saying that, Lonnie. This is a family-friendly show. Anyhow, let me get back to this. So she's out there in Hollywood. Where's she up there? Where's Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that picture. Yeah, this is Hillary's Louisiana. This is her. Listen. And the last one is Louisiana. We don't give a damn. That's the I don't give a damn film reel with Justin Timberlake and Hillary Clinton out there in Hollywood. Yeah, she'd do anything for $1, right? She will do it for a dollar bill, right? A dollar bill. That's Hillary. Get that off my screen. I can't take that. Okay. So the bottom line is, folks, she's out in California. Hillary stars pay big to hobnob with Hillary. Okay. She's missing an action. She's not down in Austin doing a rally. Trump, what is Trump working? 14 hours a day. 14 hours a day this guy's working. Hillary's falling off the stage. She could, you know, Trump, she went 20 miles to a fundraiser. I'm telling you what, I wouldn't have been shocked if Trump says, "I'll just swim this." You want to get the plane fired up? No, I'll just swim. I wouldn't have been shocked if it was a 20-mile swim. I mean, she's not going to be able to keep up. She is being propped up by the media. She's campaigning every day on your TV, and she doesn't even have to work at it. CNN, MSNBC, all the media, your local media. Now, the AJC, I don't come and take them to task 7 days a week. But they're doing their part. They're doing their part. So Hillary's in Hollywood. Why do you have to work? I mean, I have to tell you this. Hillary does really good at delegating. That is one of her top things. She has delegated this whole campaign to the media, to James Carville, Podesta, George Soros, Soros and Friends. I mean, I have to tell you, she can delegate. Because she says, you go do it, I'm too tired, I'll go to Hollywood. All right? The couple posted a strip picture with the Democrat presidential candidate on Instagram with both stars using hashtag I'm with her as a sign of support. Justin Timberlake and let's see, Leonardo DiCaprio was there. All right, anyhow. So, they have the AJC working overtime in Georgia. I got a couple minutes here. Let me explain this. They're going to try to make a big deal. They don't talk about Tim Kaine was out in Colorado. Okay, Tim Kaine was in Colorado, all right, but supposedly Hillary's up double digits. So why does Tim Kaine go to Colorado, all right? Why is Hillary doing these fundraisers? Well, just because it's in their blood, they can't help themselves from the Clinton Foundation? Or do they know they're in trouble? I think it's they know they're in trouble. All right? I flat feel they know they are in trouble. Texas. Trump goes down to Texas last night. Absolutely great. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Pastor Mark Burns. Brother got it going on. Pastor Mark Burns is got it going on. He is doing an outstanding job. Mothers who lost their children to illegal immigrants, illegals, all on the stage last night. They go to the mic. Mothers, you had your Gold Star mother, Khan, the constitutional Khan, as I call it. That was all a Khan job. And luckily his name's Khan because you can use it 25 different ways, You can use it in a salad, whatever. But Khan job, constitutional Khan, all the above. And how could Donald Trump treat a Gold Star mother? Did you see the mothers on the stage last night? All endorsing Donald Trump? Their children were killed by illegals. We're supposed to be a country of laws, okay? I'll get to that in a minute also. He is not flip-flopping on immigration, folks, not flip-flopping. Border control. So Trump goes to Austin, and they're going to make a big deal and say, oh, no, here's the thing, is the campaign is seeing the numbers tighten up, so he is headed for Texas. Folks, you're not headed for Texas because you have tight numbers, okay, in August. That's because the numbers are skewed in these polls. You're not headed to Texas because you have tight numbers in August. Let's get this straight in the campaign. If the numbers were as tight as they say they are in Texas 3 weeks out, you let it get October 1st, and numbers come in Texas that make the campaign nervous, Trump might do 2 rallies in Texas to try to, bring Texas out. Okay? You let some red states look like they're in trouble second week of October. You might get a rally then. But right now, a rally in a red state is not significant at all. There's a couple things that come to mind, a rally in a red state like Texas. Is number one, he could tell Texas, hey, you know what? I'm here. I mean, I'm not going to take you for granted. Oh, God forbid a candidate not take a state for granted. I'm not going to take you for granted. I'm here. Number two, Texas, he will probably get a lot of media coverage out of last night in Austin and what he did yesterday. He'll probably get a lot of media coverage in Texas, statewide. He has the backdrop. If you watched last night, he had the backdrop of Hispanics. He had Hispanic speakers. He had the backdrop. It was well organized behind him. Several black supporters behind him. And he is telling the truth to the black community. The Clinton Foundation, the Clintons are out in Hollywood hobnobbing. Hillary's out there taking pictures. The I don't give a damn Hillary Clinton, that's the book I'm writing, Lonnie. Don't let anybody steal my title. I don't give a damn Hillary Clinton. Okay. She's out there in Hollywood, all right? Trump, they're getting up this morning. Don't let Robbie Mook, what's his name? Mook, whatever his name is. They're getting up this morning and they're saying, what are we going to do about this minority speech he's giving to the blacks? What are we going to do about the truth he's telling the blacks? I mean, what was the movie where the guy finally realized, Jim Carrey finally realized he was living in a daily movie?
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show, right?
Yeah, the Truman Show.
The Truman Show, right? Every day it's the same thing. The Truman Show, right? Hello, Bob. Good morning. And they're all watching him on the camera and the screen, right? Mm-hmm. That is the black community. That's the plantation of the inner city. It's the Truman Show. And they're up. And see, you remember when they were worried he was going to find out the truth, Lonnie?
Yeah.
Remember that? And how they scurried to make him, in the Truman Show, they scurried, right, to try to protect him from finding out the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they sent in his wife, they sent in his friends, they sent in his best friend with a six-pack tray.
Six-pack, right? Yeah. They sent him in with a six-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be different. The Democrats are going to send Al Sharpton in with some malt liquor. Okay? Al's going to roll right in with some Colt 45. All right? I mean, Hillary's going to have to get down to the malt liquor and the Newport cigarettes. She's going to have to get racist, man. And they are racist people, all right? She's going to have to go and promise anything and everything. They're getting up this morning, they're saying, what are we going to do with him telling the African American community, the Hispanic community, the truth? What are we going to do with that? What if they find out? They know people. We'll get on that again later. But he goes to Texas, Border Patrol supports him. Mothers who lost their children to illegals supporting him. The blacks, Hispanic, Pastor Burns. All the backdrop, perfect in Austin. Where else to go but Texas to reinsert that you have not changed your mind on your position on immigration, but Texas. Texas says border. Texas says illegals coming across the border. Texas says all of that. Donald Trump goes to the correct place. Texas, don't let anybody make anything out of it. And another thing he does quite well in Texas is he comes out of there today. He's not flip-flopped on the immigration. People say, well, the right wing will not talk about that today because they'll talk about the Clinton Foundation, which we have. But he's not flip-flopped on immigration, folks. He's not. We're a country of laws. He's going to be a law and order president. We're a country of laws. He's going to make sure that we follow the law, enforce the law, and you will see he's not flip-flopping. But what he's doing is he's making himself to where maybe some people will vote for him that would not. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Flip-flop, don't worry about that. Donald Trump's not going to back down what he has said in the past several months concerning immigration when you see these mothers on the stage. Now, Georgia, let me briefly just say something. I can't go into the great details, but Georgia for you out there in Georgia is safe. Now, you don't need to get complacent, and you need to take the voters for granted. Trump's campaign doesn't need to just count Georgia as take it for granted. Primary. Georgia was the first. Okay, now Georgia was not a state where, you remember SEC Tuesday, Super Tuesday in Georgia, the SEC primary, right? That was worked out. It was a big day in the South. Donald Trump swept that day. Okay, now let's not forget, Georgia delivered Donald Trump's largest win at that time with a full slate of candidates still on the ballot. basically nobody had dropped out when he swept through Georgia, okay? Now, Mitt Romney was not a Georgia-type candidate. Was not, okay? A lot of people like Mitt Romney, but truly for Georgia, it just was not their candidate, okay? We're not going to go into the Mormon. I'm not going into that, but there was a lot of Georgians that stayed home during that last election based on some of those things, based on the fact that Romney was not a conservative, based on the fact that Romney Care was the ushered in Obamacare, all those kind of things. All right? But Donald Trump did very well in Georgia. Well, you say, well, it's not the general election. You don't have to worry about that. The general election, Donald Trump will do very well. Well, wait a minute. You have a senator, a vulnerable senator. No, you don't. Now, many in Georgia do not like Johnny Isakson. We don't have time to go. Many conservatives do not like Johnny Isakson. But Johnny is going to win in a landslide. Okay, period. That's the bottom line. That's all there is to it. Barksdale, I think that's his name, the gentleman's name that's running as a Democrat, has absolutely no chance whatsoever. Now, Michelle Nunn ran against Michelle Nunn with name recognition, with money, with backing, with Zell Miller backing, her dad Sam Nunn backing, Jimmy Carter backing, Jason Carter was running for governor. The names were on the slate in Georgia. The last successful names were on the ballot in Georgia. Jason Carter, okay? Jason Carter, his grandfather was president of the United States. Okay? Sam Nunn, he was head of the national security. I forget the, Sam Nunn was top dog. That's all I'm going to say up there in D.C. Sam Nunn, foreign relations, head of foreign relations. Okay, big time, Sam Nunn. The last two, Zell Miller, okay? The last two big names on the ticket were Nunn and Carter, folks, in Georgia. Get this straight. Every time the AJC tries to pull somebody out of the closet, hey, come over here. Tell us you just maybe didn't like something Trump said. Come over here. Are you sure you really like Donald Trump? Let it go, folks. Relax. Georgia will not go. It will not go. Hillary Clinton won't happen. Last two major candidates on the ballot were a Clinton and a Nunn. Nunn could not win in Georgia against David Perdue, which was the cousin of Sonny Perdue, which, you know, some people didn't like Sonny, okay? So David Perdue, that was the best chance Georgia had to be purple at that time. Best chance was a Nunn up against a Perdue. A Barksdale against a Johnny Isakson's not going to happen in Georgia. Now, I, for one, am not a big Johnny fan. There's a lot of things that I feel Johnny has voted very liberal on. I do not think he's the conservative that he's trying to portray today. I do not think that. I'm not a real big Johnny Isakson fan. But here's what I do know for a fact, is Johnny will win big. Barksdale will not stand a chance in the state of Georgia against Johnny. Okay, Trump will win big in Georgia. Okay, there's not even a contest that will take place in Georgia. Now, Mitt Romney, like I said, don't forget, the only chance they had to turn Georgia red, and let me give you just a couple quick notes here before we go to break. I'm going to take a brief break here. In the last election, Mitt Romney 53, Obama 45, okay? 53-45, all right? Now, when you get into the detailed results, and we'll talk about this a little later, all right, majority of the whole entire state is red. You get way down in the corner south of Columbus, Georgia, down there, closer to Florida, on the west side of Georgia. You get a lot of blue counties down there, the very small rural counties, predominantly maybe large black populations. All right? But you need to understand, Hillary Clinton is not Barack Obama. Hillary Clinton will not receive the black vote. The black vote is not rushing to the polls for Hillary Clinton. She is not Bill Clinton. She's not Barack Obama. All right? Now, I'm going to give you a couple facts on Georgia at the 9 o'clock hour that we're going to push together because I want this opening monologue and what I'm about to do at 9 o'clock, Lonnie, to go together. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with our health and fitness segment with Carlene Ferguson. We're running a little long here. It's 8:31. She has some exciting news. They've opened a new place, Stay Active LJ. We had a ribbon cutting over there and had a great crowd. She's going to tell you about it. And I hear she's opened a bar. So we'll tell you what that means. I can't help it she opened a bar. She'll have to tell us about the bar. Anyhow, health and fitness coach Carlene Ferguson will be in here after this break. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. And I'm sorry out there, it is a family-friendly show, but I have to leave you with saying, before we go to break, Hillary Clinton doesn't give a damn. I'll be back after these messages. And we're back. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And it's our 9 o'clock hour, which we do here with our good friend and my co-host, George McClellan. Good morning, George.
Good morning, sir.
I want to wrap up really, just quickly, I want to wrap up from this morning. I wasn't able to finish, so we're going to get back. Okay, Georgia's not in play. That's what I told you. The last time, and I want this Lonnie's going to put this together. The last time that Georgia had two Democrat names, powerful names, was Sam Nunn and Jimmy Carter. The last time a Carter and a Nunn, very well-known, powerful names, ran in Georgia, they lost. Jason Carter lost for governor. Michelle Nunn lost for senator against David Perdue. So the bottom line is, everything the AJC is bringing out, trying to find anybody to say, hey, do you think Georgia's in play? No, absolutely not. There's not a Sam Nunn's daughter, Michelle Nunn, on the ticket. The guy's name's Barksdale, maybe a very nice name guy, but for the most part, Johnny's going to win. You don't have to like Johnny Isakson. Again, I don't feel Johnny's a conservative, okay? But he's going to win. He's going to win big, and Barksdale is not even on the radar because his name's not Nunn, okay? Period. So that's not going to happen. Donald Trump is going to sweep Georgia. Now, I want to finish this up really quickly. He won Mitt Romney 53-45. Mitt Romney was not a Georgia kind of candidate. Donald Trump is. And I'm going to give you some real quick, and you're going to say, well, this is not going to make a difference, okay? Mitt Romney was not the candidate of choice in your counties like a Gilmer, in your counties like Pickens, in your counties like Fannin. And you're going to say, but those counties are all over the state. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be real simple. Gilmer County went 81% for Mitt Romney, 8,920 votes, 1,955 for 1,955 for Obama. That's a 7,000 vote, 7,000 votes. These are rural counties with 7,000 votes. Mitt Romney is nowhere near the candidate Trump will be in Gilmer County. I'm going to give you Pickens County, just a couple real quick here because I want you to see something. And I'm going to wrap this up so I can get George in here. I appreciate his patience. I just wanted to do this because I'm very disgusted with the AJC and some of the media in Atlanta working overtime to try to lead you to believe that George is in play. Pickens County, 83% went for Mitt Romney. Well, that's a rural county. I'm telling you, 83% went for Mitt Romney. 10,547 votes. 1,900 for Obama. Donald Trump is going to be received in Pickens larger than that. The vote's going to be up. See, the vote was down in Georgia. last time? Due to A, the candidate Mitt Romney, and B, they didn't think he stood a chance against Obama. And Romney still wiped Georgia, by what, 8%? So I'm just telling you one more, and I'll throw Fannin County out there to just have fun here real quick, and we'll get that one out there, and then I'll wrap this up. Fannin County, Georgia. All you have to do to get this done, Georgia, is remember your ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right here. That would be up there. Okay. Fannin County, Georgia, 7,853 votes for Mitt Romney, and it went 78%. Here's the point. Mitt Romney turnout in Georgia was not as large as it could have been by Republicans because Republicans were not fired up and excited about an election, and they did not see that Obama could probably be beat by Mitt Romney nationally. Everybody knew it inside their heart. They just didn't want to talk about it. Number two, okay, Hillary Clinton doesn't give a damn, remember? She doesn't give a damn, and the people of Georgia know that, and they're fired up, and they're working this time unlike ever before, okay? They're working, the Republicans are, and Hillary is not Barack Obama and doesn't stand a chance. Number three, the rural counties in the South that are small, 4,000 and 5,000 votes and 15,000 votes that did go for Obama, let me tell you something, just go shoot straight with you, that's black vote, and the black vote in Georgia is not coming out to vote for some old, tired white woman, especially one that don't give a damn about them, and they know that, okay? So all the above, in the discussion of the media trying in August, to find somebody around the corner like Alan Peake, I think it is, Representative Alan Peake from Macon, that to say, oh, well, you know, I just don't like the way Donald Trump ties his tie. Oh, it's a headline, Georgia's in play. Georgia is not in play. Don't get complacent, okay? But Georgia is not in play, folks. Okay? So let's go to Ohio, let's go to Michigan, and let's go to Pennsylvania and win this one and win it for the American people. I'm your host, BKP.